Can you unmute just? I'm telling you, I'm telling you to unmute yourself, and I'm still muted. So how's that for brilliance?
Yep, I can hear you now, and you can hear me.
I can you fine. Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you to do it, and I'm still talking to the blanked out microphone. So how are you doing? How are you?
I'm pretty.
Oh, let me hold up. Let me do one thing here. Let me make the recording on. Hold on. Let me get the recording going. Oh.
It does say it's recording.
Perfect. Great. That's good. Okay. Yeah, I see it's going. So tell me, are you in Canada? Are you Canadian or just .ca because you like to be DCA? What is it?
Yep. And yep.
All the above? Oh, yeah. Answer. Excellent. Yeah, so the Americans have a big weekend this weekend, and a lot of people are joining up to replicate, jumping on board. And I thought, wow. And then September's around the corner, Monday, right? But I thought it's a good time to get, to see how you're doing. So sorry, it's a few minutes late because I was on another call, last minute call with the guy who just joined Replicate. So I wanted to really get you on board, and if you're ready to go and chat and bring you up to speed and see what you're up to. That's why I sent it out to you. Hey, you want to meet today? We can talk. So
yeah, because later in the week didn't work. So
perfect.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's fresh.
That's great. Exactly. And you're on it. And I see you. I really, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to read your intake form. I do have a copy of it. I appreciate you doing that. Maybe you can. So let me tell you, if you don't mind, I'll take 2 minutes, 3 minutes to explain what you're in for. So how sort of like the tactical steps that we go through is, the first is you did the intake form, which is great. Congrats. You were so fast at that. The next is the call with me. And this is now terrific. Next, when this has been submitted, which you did submit, once it goes into the system, the support girl, normally Megan, will come back to you with some time and dates to meet with Janet and Paul together.
Okay.
So Janet and Paul, and then you. So it's designed that way because they're going to bounce off ideas off each other and then talk to you. And the idea was to get it that way, because if you do separate calls with each, it's good, but you might get like a different kind of response or different thinking when they're together. You get a really cool sort of double brainstorm with them and you in the middle. So they have weekends. I see you're available on weekends. That's great. They've opened up sometimes. They were a bit backlogged, to be honest. 6-8 weeks sometimes for some people, because you had to get Janet and Paul together and then the other with the participant. Now they've got it pulled into like a week or two. So it should happen. You should be able to get with them pretty quick now that it's submitted. Not Monday, because it's a holiday in that America place. But probably you'll hear something from Megan on Tuesday. So that'll be next. Step 3 will be you'll get this time to talk to Janet and Paul. What also happens during the Replicate program is about every other week, there'll be a call with Janet or Paul. And that will be a group called a group advisory call. Obviously, you've logged in because you've completed the doc here, the intake form. The group advisory call is just that group advisory call. But it's not a big group right now. So when you go into that call, if you have questions, Janet and Paul have an agenda, and you go in like, okay, they're talking about this. But always at the end, they're going to ask, do you have any questions? So I would go in prepared. Well, if you have questions, not prepared to ask questions, but you're more than willing to ask questions during that.
So Robert, how do they have a schedule of the calls? Because I have a private practice still, and the best is for me, I would rather attend them live. So do they have a schedule yet for these calls, or
yes.
how does that work?
Sure. When same place you log in to fill out module 1 for the intake, on the very top bar, probably the subheader is a thing called group advisory calls. There'll be the past ones, and then there'll be the future ones. I know the next one is September 12th at 12:30 Eastern time for an hour. And then the next one will be like September, I don't know, 26 or something like that. Okay. And they're all listed there. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. Yeah. Are they always on a Friday?
No. So good and bad, they're random. They're random.
Well, I understand that because that's for the group, right?
It's for the group, and it's also Paul's and Janet's schedule. So
Okay.
Paul normally does his around 12:30 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Janet does hers normally like 6:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So not normally Fridays. No, not normally Fridays, but it'll be during the week. Hers are normally 6:30 p.m. His is normally 12:30 p.m. on different days. Okay. They are recorded, obviously. And if you have questions, you can submit them. I would submit them to support at replicateprogram.com, and they can submit that for the call. But if you can make the calls live, that is absolutely the best, because you'll get a lot of time with them and ask them questions, right? I've been on calls and then everyone's quiet. It's like, I know everybody in the program. Like, come on, you have so many questions for me. Ask Paul, ask Janet. So don't be bashful. Get in there and then ask away if you have questions. Okay. If you don't, it's okay, but they're there. What's going on after that? So that's going to happen every twice a month, and then you'll meet with me once a month for 30 minutes to kind of fill in the gap where you are. I'm like the mentor, the advisor, the coach, whatever. I know what's happened in the training because I watched the recording of the trainings. If you're asking questions on those trainings, I know what you've asked. At least I try to remember everything. And I also record it. Yeah, please.
Sorry, because when I was talking to Rick today.
Yeah.
And he thought the calls with you were an hour, or is it twice 30 minutes in a month? Like
yeah, right now it's 30 minutes once a month. This call is an hour today. But then this point forward, it's, to be honest, if I have the time and I can give you more time, I tend to do that. But officially it's 30 minutes.
Well, I understand that a meeting would be 30 because you can cover a lot when you're focused, right? Like just
you can cover a lot in 30 minutes. If
yeah.
Now you start bantering, rambling, if you get focused in 30, you cover a lot. And I'm willing to look at, you send me notes or something before the call, it's fine. I'm happy to look that over prior to our calls too. So when I come in, unless you've changed something, I know where you are. We've talked before. It's kind of clear where, I just check in. Where are you? How you going? What's things changed? Oh yeah, I sent you that document. Yeah, I looked at that. So we're pretty already have momentum anyway. So it's like, this is cold. We're starting cold here. I haven't read your intake yet, but I'll learn more about you and I'll know pretty much where you're going and where you're headed. Okay. So that's kind of like I just want to give you the what do you call that? The logistics or the structure of the program. One more part. It's a 6-month program. Who knows if we'll go on past that? I don't know. That's not my department. But it could easily go. I don't know. It's 6 months officially. Let's just say that. And there's going to be a live event. The word is a live event, probably in February. I don't know where. There's always a talk about Florida. So just to keep back in mind, there will be a live component.
Okay. Yeah, they said it. Yeah, they said Atlanta, so that's in Florida.
Oh,
right?
okay. Well, Atlanta is in Georgia. Florida is a state. That's a different state, but they're close. Florida and Georgia are connected. Atlanta is a city in Georgia. So,
okay.
You may know more than me. Okay. So
no, I don't think there's a date yet, but I was saying that as soon as, like for me, I need a lot of notice, and I'm actually going to be, so one of the things is I'm traveling. I'm going to be in the States for either 2.5 or 3 months this winter.
Oh.
And that's good. It's okay. It's I'm going to be doing some lectures, workshops. Going to be in Kentucky, and then I'm heading down to Arizona and hanging out there. I'll have time now, not when I'm driving, not those days. However, well, I'm spreading it out. I plan to get there slow, and then so I just wanted to give you that heads up, and then I can. Well, because if I am traveling, right, I want to make sure that I put in the time and the work.
Yeah. There's no pressure on you to do that, but it's good to keep moving forward. Like, as you've got a master's degree, you have to keep going. You can't keep progressing. So there's talk of I'll just leave it at that. So there's not the pressure to finish in a certain amount of time because this is your project, right? But you do need to be making progress like any project you're working So please, if you don't, that's great. It's a great. Thank you for that introduction about what you'll be doing, and there'll be more notice about the actual dates when that comes along. So there you go. That's my 5 minutes of wind. Tell me about yourself. How did you get here? What are you looking to do? Just share with me, and tell me how I can help you.
I've been a psychotherapist and a creator pretty much my whole adult life. I did a vision statement or purpose statement is to help people in the most gentle way to enhance their life, because so many people suffer. I've written 3 books, produced 3 books. 2 of them are combinations of authors, and one I did write. 2 of them are translated. One's in an audio. I've done a webinar series on energy, on how people can tap in to their energy, and what else? And an audio series on meditation. And I have a YouTube channel. And so I've just been feeling, I've had a coach, and I think you probably read that, I like the mastermind platform. I think that's worthwhile because they're combining a lot of resources. However, I'm not getting the specific focus for me. And even my coach, who I adore dearly, she's not like, she's listening to me. And yes, I've been doing a lot this year in changing my life so I can do this travel, so I can make these changes. So she's, I've been accountable. However, I don't have the focus. And that's what I was saying to Rick when I was talking to him. And that's what I'm looking for is better direction. So I'm not just trying this and trying that, and to get my message out and to serve. And I love doing podcasts. I love doing interviews. I have a lot of fun with them. I could do them all the time. So that's one thing that's easy for me. I'm very good at writing programs.
Good.
Yeah. And how I got here actually was Robert Browning sent me the webinar that Janet and Paul put out. And so it did fascinate me. So I put out a call and talked to Rick a couple times, actually. So that's how I'm here now.
Terrific. Great. I don't know Robert Browning, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you have a coach now, like a business coach, or is it like a life coach, or sort of a general everything coach?
I'm actually, I don't know if I would call her a life coach. I think when I hired her, it's a year and a half ago. It was more for somebody to give me some direction, keep me on track, because I'm very self-motivated. I've done, I don't know if you know Jack Canfield's model, that once a year you do the 7 categories and then every month. And I'm pretty good at that type of goal setting. It's just that the crunchiness or the bumpiness, I'm not getting direction. I'm not anyways, it was someone to be accountable to and to report to. However, I wasn't getting the maybe the stimulation. And I mean, I've been taking different courses and things. Yeah. So I don't know if that makes sense.
No, of course it does. I mean, yeah, it depends on the coach and what your goal is. Life coach can help you with lifey things. And I mean, I like life coaches too, because they do great things. There's nothing wrong with that. In the business sense, building something like you're trying to build, you will need, you probably pick this up, need more direction, need some more support,
so a business coach. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Coaching, right? Like I'm an old school coach, right? I learned coaching like 30 years ago, right? I learned coaching. Everyone's, there's a saying, everyone's a coach and whatever. And then there's a coach, right? But the general coaching model, at least at one time, I don't really adhere to this completely, but the coaching model is ask lots of questions and be, really in with your client and be more inquisitive. While what like a business coaching or we use the word coaching a little bit loosely, so I do. Coaching, like business coaching, you just need answers sometimes. You're like, what do you think you should do with your 600 people on MailChimp? Well, I don't know. I should mail them. Yeah. What would you mail them? So nothing wrong with that, but it's like you need sometimes some hard answers, some clarity. And this program is designed to that next level of like, once we have your plan, we've got your intake form, you're going to get direction and some ideas and some work to do, basically to get you moving in the right direction. And that's the reason for these calls. If you look, when you log in, I don't know if you looked at the modules, there's 16 modules. There's so much content in there. So some of it, I know you know how to do this. It's like, you're going to have to go in there and learn and study and learn, and pick up some things, but you're not left alone to do that. And that's the reason for these calls, twice a month, and the calls with me, is to keep you moving forward in the direction to build your business. So tell me, yeah. Please,
how long do we have access to the module? Whoops.
I think it's forever. I don't think there's a time limit to the modules. It's an interesting question, fair question. I would assume it's, I need to check that for you before I say that, but I can't imagine that cuts you off. Yeah, for sure.
That was a question I had to Rick too, was what happens after the 6 months? Am I like a little bird that gets to fly out of the nest? And he said, no, but
you get to fly out of the nest, but you're not ready to fly out of the nest, right? You get kicked
out
of
the
nest.
I don't know.
Yeah,
like it's like great to have this program, but then what?
Exactly. No, great question. So let's get that answered for you. So what is the big picture? Take a step back with me. What is it you would like to accomplish? What is it you'd love to say, let's say in 6 months from now, what do you have that you don't have today?
Okay. Well, I would love to be selling, 1,000 books a month.
Okay.
Or more. Plus. I love doing book talks. So I haven't thought about a price. I know that was part of the questionnaire is, what am I looking at? And I just don't want to worry about money. I mean, I think that's a piece. So, how do I create something like right now I get royalties for my audios. I don't live off of those royalties. My book sales are increasing because of the audios. However, I still, I barely can buy lunch on a book sale in a month. So so it's like I think the feedback I've gotten is the material is helpful, it's rich, and it from what I've seen out there, it's not out there. So I did have a publisher and he was pretty happy with my book. However, he went bankrupt. So I bought my rights back. So I have the rights to my book. And then I self-published the others. So anyways, so bigger vision. I want, I guess, the freedom. And I think the other thing, and one of the questions, like some of those questions, by the way, weren't complete on the questionnaire. Like you couldn't scroll up. So I just wrote, I couldn't read them or whatever. But one of the things was the ease of operation. And I think that's a concern of mine. Because I can get overwhelmed. I wrote Anxiety Warrior 2 volumes because I'm an expert. I've had anxiety myself and I do very well with it now. However, this ease of operation, I think that's a big one for me. That would be like financial freedom, ease of operation. I already know that my clients will be happy because I get that feedback in my private practice. I mean, I have an actor right now and he said, Elke, I'm getting these bigger gigs because of you. And I'm going to reach my vision because of you. And I've also worked with millionaires and saved them money, though, as an hourly wage psychotherapist, I'm not getting paid for that.
Are you, so just to touch on that note, you really need to collect testimonials. It sounds kind of markety, but you need, like, if they say something, just grasp that. Say, can I quote you on that? Can I write that in an email and send it to you? So I always tend to find that if someone says something, I write that and I send it to them and say, can you please approve this? So they've approved it instead of asking them to write it and send it to you, because people just don't. It's not personal, they just forget it. But if they say something really like that, say, wow, that's amazing. Can I write in an email and send it to you? And you can just say, yeah, that's great. Then you have these amazing testimonials fast, and they'll just look at it and go, yeah, that's what I said. I agree. And they put their name on it and they email you back. And then you have a copy of a testimonial. If you ask them to say
Actually,
that,
the actor, he did email me, so I could
perfect.
ask him if I can use that. Yeah.
Yeah, use that. That's it. Simple. And you'd like to do that for anybody. You actually write it for them. If someone verbally says to you, oh, you're the best, this is the reason why I love you. Then you say, oh, wow, that's so sweet of you. Can you write that and send it to you? And then, because I'd like to have that quote. That's so nice of you, so beautiful of you. And then you just say yes or no if you like it. That way you actually write it for them even, right?
Well, okay. And I do have a few on Google reviews.
Yeah, great.
Now, yeah. So, I mean, yeah.
Right.
And I do have some on my website as well.
Perfect. The more,
and with names. And my book actually has, I think, either 1 or 2 pages of testimonials.
Wow.
So
wonderful.
And they're international. They're from people all over the world.
Terrific. I just touched on that point because testimonials are so.
Yeah. No, I'm making a note and I can highlight it. But you're right. I probably could collect a few more.
Sounds like it. Someone gives you a verbal "I love yous," say, "Can I just write that to you back and just say yes or no?" And then it's done. If you ask them to write it, they won't.
Right.
So come back to your books. So the idea of a book, right? Excuse me if you understand this, but you're writing these books is to leverage that to get work, right? You're leveraging those books to get consulting gigs or to get to leverage that to get the real money. Doesn't come from the book. The real money come from you being recognized as the expert, right? You got that. Okay. Right. Because selling books, because I publish, I'm an indie publisher and I help guys. I ghostwrite books. I help them write the books. I do everything from A to Z. I can never say this. Canadians say A to Z or A to Z. You guys have a real mixed things there, but I'll go A to Z for you. So A to Z of publishing. So I help and I publish books, and the average author, they earn $1, $2 maybe, right? A book. So
yep.
Hardbacks they get a bit more. So I get a piece of that because I'm the publisher. But the money is not so much from the book; it's what they get the business from that book, right? So if you sell 1,000 books a month and you let's make it simple. Say you're getting $1 a book, you get $1, you get $1,000 for that book. The money is not there. The money is going to be you becoming the expert, recognized experts. And there's a call to action in that book, and that call to action is whatever that action is you want to do. What is it you want? What is it you're going to offer people? Is it something more? I don't recommend this, but this is okay. You call me to do coaching of some kind or therapy, virtual therapy. I'm not sure if you do virtual therapy.
Yeah, I do. Actually, a lot of my clients are virtual now.
Yeah. Well, you need a call to action to these books. Hey, let's do a 15-minute, 30-minute intro call, blah, blah, blah. Or you're going to send them to a program you've created, or you're going to send them to the audio work you've done for a fee, of course. These are not free things. Or you're just driving them to your website where you have your work listed there. So excuse me if you're already doing this in your book, if you know about this, but this is the reason for a book. The book and Jack, excuse me, Jack Canfield and Janet Schweitzer, they wrote the book called Success Principles, and that book sold million. I don't quote how many million, but a lot of books. And they created from that book certified trainers from that book, and that's where their money came from. The books, they sold a lot of books, they made money from the books, but the real money came from those people who bought that, read that, and wanted to be certified trainers of Success Principles. And that's where the certification, their sort of certification came from, people using those principles for themselves. And that was a meaning for the book, is to create the trainers on the backside, or whatever it looks like for you. Maybe it won't be trainers, it'll be a program you created, or or some type of training or some type of audio,
Well,
whatever it is. That's the
yeah,
work.
yeah, and that's maybe, I mean, Janet, what I've read from her is she's really good at copywriting, and maybe that's where she can help me, because my webinar, I've started a webinar and it does get EC credits, like education credits for professionals, and perhaps I could expand that.
Of course. Well, if you like being on podcasts, these are all, you can all monetize these things, right? Or you get people to your podcast and you drive traffic to that, or your webinars, and then you're selling things from those platforms. That's the leverage of, and that's where they both have helped individuals with books make their money. It's people have really good books, good information to share that are life-changing books, and then they help them create their certification or training program, whatever it may be. So the book, what you're doing with books and content like that is great, because that's one way that you're going to build your program out, is using that material, right? I mean, that's where the credibility comes from. So they're completely experts on doing that. Yeah.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I think I'm done. I'm just rambling now. I don't want to keep just talking. I want to go back to you and say, so I would like you to ask me if you have any particular questions. Is there anything, you come in so fresh, so I realize that, and I respect that you're just jumping in. You haven't really had a chance probably go through the modules or learn more what's going on. But I'd like to hear how can I support you, and what would you like to see from me and from Replicate? If you had a dream from this, what would that look like?
Well, yeah, and I talked to Rick about that this morning, is that what I want is clarity, and he used a word, laser focus, so direction, because I feel like I try certain things and I don't know if it's going to work, right? So it's like the focus. I'm not really thrilled about the webinars, because to me that they're not very personal. However, I'll do them. I'm more a one-on-one live. I'd rather that type of relationship works better for me. That's why I asked you about that. But yeah. So really,
Okay.
I think I wrote it in there, but
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. If you don't mind, I'm reading. I'm listening. But
yeah,
I'm
go ahead and read. I've got it. I went and printed it out as well, so I have
I just
it.
want to make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see why. I do understand now why you need the focus. I think the cool thing is with you is that you have the credibility, right? It's not a credibility issue. It's a focus issue, and it's how do you tie all these different silos of knowledge and things you do and have done and can do together to make a coherent under a roof that's coherent, that builds like this
Yeah, and
business.
monetize it, right? Like,
yeah. Basically, how do you make money from that?
yeah,
Yeah.
of course. And I mean, the same as the podcast is, I'm a guest on quite a few podcasts. However, I do have my own podcast channel. And then, how do I don't even know like how to take the steps forward in that. So it's like, okay. Yeah. I think there's a lot. You're right when you say I'm fresh. I think I'm not quite a blank slate. I wouldn't say that. That doesn't sound right. However, I feel like I'm not in kindergarten, but I'm certainly in grade 1 or 2.
Well, no, actually, in some ways, it's exciting because you're not. I see this, and I see somebody who is eager to take the step forward. You just need some direction, and sometimes when someone has done a lot, and I talk to them, or they come on a call, or wherever it may be, they're sometimes a little bit. I don't want this is a strong word. I don't mean it this way. They're jaded or a little bit tainted, like, oh, I've tried that, or yeah, I've been doing my, webinars for 3 years and done nothing. And, I've written a book and it doesn't sell. It's like, I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. That's all part of life. But the attitude is one of kind of like, they're not so open to things. What I see from you, and I'm really take my hat off to you because you've jumped in here with the anticipation that you're going to get the guidance and support you need from what you have as a real credible background. And I think that's what's really cool, because I think you're going to make some huge progress in this program. From my opinion, I can't say what you're going to do. You have to run with it.
I know, but the other thing is I'm scared.
Yeah, oh, yeah, good for you. That's okay. But tell me what. I understand that, but you tell me what you mean by scared. I have my own feeling about scared, but you tell me what you think about scared.
Well, now I'm getting a bit emotional, but
okay.
It's just touching my heart. Uh-huh. I'm okay. I'm not. I think it's and I think part of it is I want to succeed, obviously.
Sure.
The other piece is for me, it's a lot of money. Well, and I was talking to Rick about it this morning, and bless his soul, he called me because I think the time zone's a bit different. So for me, it's almost $8,300 because of the Canadian exchange. And I know other people from other countries, it'd be different. And that's just circumstance. It's not a right or wrong or anything. And so, yeah. And I think I want to make sure I have the time to invest. Yeah. I think that's part of it too, because I've got a lot of balls in the air. I just moved my office. I'm trying to rent my studio, and after our call, I'm going to be getting the studio ready. And my cleaner, actually, I didn't put that in as one of my supports. So I do have a house cleaner, but she's very inconsistent. So I'm looking for somebody more consistent. So I'm going to be going in the studio because it's all finished. The renovations are pretty much done. We just need to clean it, get the furniture in place, and then get it on the market. So, anyhow, it's just it's time.
Time and stuff. That's what life. Yeah, of course. So it's okay. So your studio, is that something you're going to rent out? Like you're going to have a room, like a partner in your studio? You share space? Or?
No, it's a separate building. It's actually, when I bought this property, the studio wasn't quite finished. It's a separate building, 600 square feet. It's gorgeous. I renovated with the idea that if I might live in it one day. So it's very, very pretty, and I'm going to Airbnb it. It's like a luxury creativity spa is what I'm calling it. Yeah, it's really, there's a pond.
Oh, nice.
I've got like some really nice things. There'll be a massage table, drafting table, and then I'll be giving the guests a basket. So, so they have a week spa at this place.
So that's your intention? Airbnb it for a week at a time when you say a week spa?
Oh, yeah. I'm not doing days. No, it'll be a week minimum. Yeah.
So you've got a lot of projects, but in your new office, you've got your studio and you have a home. So you have 3 locations that you're trying to manage too, right? Yeah. Okay. All right.
No, it's a lot. And I'm doing, I was talking with a colleague, and she, I thought I need an assistant. However, what she said is maybe just make a list, and then your property manager could do that. She thinks she's got a house cleaner. So I still would need somebody to help me with some admin. However, that it starts changing. Anyhow, there's a lot that I'm shifting right now. This whole year has been like I've thrown a lot of apples in the air.
Yeah. Is there a reason? Is this different than any other year of your life, or is this something that just happened to be this year
No,
Year, year.
I've ordered it. The travel trailer, it's custom made. I ordered it. There's a 3.5 year wait. So, and my intention was that I could travel with it and then, park in Arizona or park in Kentucky or park in Atlanta or whatever. No, I always had that idea. So that's been a 4 year. And then the studio, that's taken 4 years to get ready. So it's been a plan in motion, and part of it is partly to get this message out there. Yeah, I'm very passionate about helping people, and there's no timestamp on that for me.
Give me your message. What's the message you want to get out there? Can you tell me your message in, let's say, as they say, the elevator pitch? Can you tell me your message you want to get out there in 30 seconds?
You can do this. You can thrive. It's possible.
Wow, that's good. You can thrive, and somebody defines what thrive is. What does thrive mean? Is it?
Well, thrive is be happy, be content with your life. You can do this. It's possible.
Sweet. Yeah. And your idea is to be able to help people discover their thrive, what makes them happy. That's the intention, is to each one is on a personal mission, whatever that looks like for them.
Yep.
Sweet. Wow. Okay. Do you know anybody, I don't like to use this word, but I don't know how a better word. Anybody?
You know what? You can say whatever you want. You won't insult me.
No. I'm saying, anybody doing this? I'll say competitors, but I'm saying that's a word of marketing, or competitors. Do you know who's doing something you like?
No.
I like how they do that. That's XYZ person, and this ABC person does this way. And I like they do it, but I don't like what they do. I mean, is there a model that you can not replicate them or copy them, but is there individuals that you like, that inspired you to come here? And if there is, I'd like to do it differently or better.
There's a few people maybe, but not competitors, because they have their own twist on it. There's a woman, actually, her and her husband, Joy and Gavin Taylor. And I really like their language. I like they're very strong spiritually, their approach. I like what they offer. They have like monthly Zooms, and then he does a soul gathering, and then they give in-person workshops, and they're in Mount Shasta. And her husband Gavin, he can work anywhere because everything is virtual. And I think that's something that I would like right now. A lot of my clients are virtual, so I can take them with me when I travel. Some of them I have to coach a little bit, and they've already said they would, but some will want to wait because they'd rather in person. Yeah.
So you still have some in-person clients come to you? Yeah. And this caravan, what do you call it? I can't think of what caravan, this motor, what you call it? It's not a motorhome, right? It's a trailerized, or is it a motor?
Oh, it's a travel trailer. Yeah.
What's a travel trailer? Does that mean you pull it behind your car?
Yeah.
You tow it. That's the word. Thank you. Is that something is this part of your plan to start this? Is this trip coming up in the US with the travel trailer? Is that with the travel trailer? Is this like the first, oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, crazy. Wow. Well, and I have a microphone that's suitable for podcasting. Yeah. And I already have a list of probably, I'm guessing, maybe 50, maybe 60 guests that have said yes to being a guest. And then I thought it'd be kind of fun to do it while I travel. And
yeah, it's a unique spin, right? It's unique, something different. I don't have people say they have a trailer and do a podcast. It's cool, right? It's different.
I don't know. I mean, you know what? Again, Robert, it's something to try. I don't know.
That's great. No, yeah, you don't know. Nobody knows. And everyone tells you they know, they don't know. No one doesn't tell you they don't know, they don't know. They really don't know. I can't tell you how many experts you're going to talk to, and like you know this, but how many experts I've talked to, and like that they know things, and you pay them a lot of money sometimes for things that they know. They don't know. You never know because we have our own personality on whatever we do, right? So even though they work for them really well, and you say I can replicate them or copy exactly what they've done, we still have our own personality. You probably know this, but I've learned the hard way that just because that person does it really, really well and they make it seem so easy and it looks easy for them and it works for them and their personality doesn't mean I can replicate it and like or do what they do. How many times I get caught up in that trap where we think that they have the knowledge and they have the experience and just do what they say and don't question it. It's always going to be that gray area. There's the unknown. Someone tells you
Yeah, and I
can't do
think
it.
I think that's another reason that I signed up because I mean it's one thing to watch webinars. I mean, Mastermind has lots of webinars, but then it's like, then what? You watch them and this way to have somebody to talk to. So I'm thinking that, my questions will come up as whatever tasks I've got to do. And I was hoping that Janet and Paul will help give me some direction because I think what I'm hoping for is that you and the two of them, you'll be able to see things I don't because I'm in it. Like I'm so immersed in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel good about the work I do. I feel good about the things I've shared with you. However, maybe I'm missing the mark somewhere, you know?
At this point, you're not missing the mark. You're ready to jump off the mark. You're ready to go. You're ready. You're sitting there ready.
Well,
To,
I feel
the
ready. I
gun goes
feel
off.
ready. Like it's like enough
That's
already.
that's all. That's
And I
great.
just don't want to spin in a circle,
Yeah,
and
that's right.
then
Yeah.
come next year that I'm like I make a reasonable income. However, I still feel like I'm working too hard and yeah, whatever. I don't know. That not I don't know. I do know. It's just I just don't want to be guessing will
Yeah, of
this
course.
technique work or will that technique work? And
Exactly.
that's kind of why I'm here is to get some guidance. I mean, of course I have to trust my body
Mm.
and that energy. Though, you guys might sit there and go, Elka, have you ever tried this? And I'd go, no, I don't know. Or maybe Janet is going to say, you know what? You got to change some of your words. And I'm okay. Like I'm a wordsmith, but it doesn't mean that I know all the words, right? And the words that are going to captivate the people that I want to attract.
So when you say, how, I don't see your website list. Do you have a website?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know if it
Okay.
asked for that. Did I miss? I just,
You could have missed it. I can't see the question either, actually, but
well,
yeah.
it's just my name.com.
Oh, that's cool. Very good. Well done. Your name. That's great. It's like Swedish or something, is it?
Well, it's a Dutch nickname. I keep,
Okay.
though, my dad named me. I never asked him. I thought he maybe had a girlfriend by that name because we don't know where it came from. But you know what it stands for? I'll tell you. It stands for purity, love, and truth, like
It's
white.
cool.
It's
That's
very
great.
powerful.
It's a great
Yeah.
name. It
So
sounds like a yeah,
did
please.
you
Sorry.
find my website? Sorry.
No, I was looking for your proper spelling of your name. I see just the what's a VNet? That's just like a free service in Canada or something.
No, that's an email address.
Yeah,
So
but
my full name, like do you want me to just email it to you?
I got
Actually,
it. No, I was wondering where the VNet meant. What is VNet?
oh,
Sorry, I'm
it's
not
you
me
know
cut you.
what? It's
I'm always stupid. I
actually
mean,
no, you know what? I've been with that server. That's my first
yeah.
email. How's that? But when you phone them, real people, you don't get
Oh,
like
okay.
you don't get AI or anything like that. And they actually know me by name by now because it's my first email. And they're
That's cool.
local, like they're
All
Northern
right.
Ontario, like they're fairly big. However, they're still, you're not being sent to some other country. Um,
Hmm.
So it's nice. And their service is phenomenal. So, and they're very
That's good.
reasonable.
All these things are good. I've got
That's
you.
why,
I got
that's
it.
why I'm still
That's
with
great.
them.
That's great. Yeah. And you got your domain name, your name as a domain name.com. Excellent. Excellent. That's to me, it's like really one of the most, I would say the most important thing, but very important to have your name as a .com. That's really nice. Yeah.
Okay.
I see a site. Yeah. You know, these are all little things that we'll go over, but your site could be updated. You probably know that.
Well, you want to know something? It just got updated. So I guess that says something about the designer.
My apologies. Yeah. It's,
No, you don't have to apologize. I'm not
yeah.
thrilled with it myself, but
Yeah. It's a bit dated. It's quite dated design.
you know what? It's just been done like maybe a couple months ago.
Okay.
Now, what we
Yeah.
wanted to do was get it on a different platform so it could do more
Yeah.
things. Like right now, it doesn't have, like people can't buy the webinar off my website. They can't buy an email or ebook, but
Yeah.
they can buy it off of Amazon. But anyways,
Yeah. 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 Like I can't even read. Part of it's hidden behind the header. What's your
I
name?
know
And then
I complained about that, and he said he fixed it. So I'm with
yeah.
you on it. I'm okay with that. You know what is like
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
had a lot of editors, and you know what, Robert, the website's not for me, it's for others. And the
Of
same
course.
as language, it's not for me, it's for clients, right? So that's why I'm okay with being open
Oh,
to
okay. Okay. I thought you're saying you don't care because it's not for you, it's for people. But yeah, the people who want to see that want to see something, right? So you're right. I know what you mean. That's why you're not, what you're saying, you're not taking it personally. You're taking it
no.
like, this is for somebody else. I want it to look, I need it to be a certain way for those people. Yeah. It really, it's not your highest priority. You don't stress about this right now, but because you got a lot going, like at the podcast, you got other things you're going, but the website is really dated, even though it's updated. The whole formatting and style is, and there's so many platforms out there that you can do, as you described. You're absolutely right. You have one platform and you have an ebook you can buy through it. People connect to your cart, they buy it, they download. Everything on one platform is handled one way. You don't use MailChimp. Everything's integrated. And there's different platforms that do that, and they do it really, really well. That puts it all in one place. Yeah.
Well, that's the next step because
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, because Mastermind actually, they have about what they did is they put all these platforms in one so that you don't have to have MailChimp. You don't have to have Kajabi.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can
So
have it all there. So,
yeah, but it's not this one though. This is not the
no,
platform.
no, that
No,
isn't,
no,
no,
right,
no.
right.
We're just trying to get the content in there. But yeah, I get it. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. No, no, again, I don't want you stressed. I don't want you to
No,
focus on this
it's first,
moment.
just so you know,
It's just,
I don't like the header. Anyways, it's
well, it
all
just
right.
doesn't fit. It's okay. How much did you pay for this? Mind me asking? What did he charge you?
So far I've only paid a few $100s for the
Yeah,
updates.
I wouldn't pay any
So,
more. Is it on, let me see if it's WordPress.
no, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, they don't like the
Okay.
WordPress, but right now, I mean, I guess, and maybe that's the guidance too, is how do I get somebody to change it? Because it's not something I want to do or learn how to do.
No, you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. You want to pay someone. It is a WordPress site. So it's built in WordPress. So WordPress is great. WordPress is very powerful, but it can do things like that, or you can do crazy things. Like 30% of the websites in the world are WordPress in the world. So we're not talking, proper big organizations use WordPress. I'm a WordPress guy. I've been building WordPress websites. I've probably built 1,000 websites, at least 500 different levels of websites for 25 years, and I've been doing WordPress forever. But now my mind is like, I got to get off this WordPress world and go to these bigger platforms that provide the complete package as you described, this mastermind group. I'm not sure what that is, but there's platforms like there's Kajabi, there's Go High Level, there's Kartra. They have all integrated, and you do everything in one hub. And I didn't like that before in the old days, because if you did that, if you lost something, you lost the whole thing, right? Nowadays, the technology, I won't bore you with all this, but I've switched to, before you always built things separately. Because you lose that server, or you lose that website, you lose that email broadcast system, you still got bits of it. Now they all integrate into one system. I still like, chew my nails, like, I don't want everything in one spot, but it's so reliable. it's so reliable, and they're so much better, and they're so amazing, that one day you'll get there. But this is something you will want to get your head around one day. But how often do you use this now? Where do your clients come from? Where are your clients coming from these days?
Right now, honestly, referrals.
Yeah.
All word of mouth. I haven't advertised in years. In fact, so Robert, I guess about 5 years ago, I was planning to downsize my business. And I wanted to retire and do other things. So, but then, things happen. I had big, hairy, audacious goals, renovations, blah, 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 blah. So, and I earn reasonable money. So I work 3 days a week. Now, the next couple weeks are a little bit light, which, it's not comfortable. However, I'm just going, okay, I'm investing in this program. I've also worked up north for First Nations. They still want me to go up there. That's really good money. And I have some really great ideas to help them up there. So I haven't advertised. I support other therapists, and and so I'm here in this kind of, I want to call it a holding pattern. I'm not saying it's the best. Oh yeah, you know what? Add financial advisor to my list. I did miss a couple people. So where is that? I remember there was a place where it says who supports you. And there was another question I had too. Oh, here we go. Anyways, I don't know if that's, so word of mouth definitely is referrals. So people come and they're referred to me. So somebody has been, I have a few raving fans out there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you definitely have a nice real foundation to launch from, right? I mean, I'm reading.
And that's why, and that's why I didn't close my business. And I kind of went, okay, why don't I just be organic, keep it, because it's keeping things going. And I do love it. I'm good at it.
Yeah.
So I just thought, okay. And it's bridging me to these other things I want to do. So
exactly. That's great, because you can actually, you can leverage what you have and to make it more exciting or different, but leverage what you have and don't walk away from it. I've done that, right? I've walked away from something that was plentiful, and I just get bored. And it's like, apparently that's common, like entrepreneurs and crazy types like me, or crazy people, right? That I get bored. I just literally walk away from things. I mean, I don't leave in a bad state. I leave it good, but I leave like all that energy and momentum. I was like, I'll do something else. And it's like got great momentum. So if there's one thing I would share with you is, you talk about, sort of wrapping up retiring, and retirement's one thing, but if you love what you're doing and you can just sort of transform this and replicate it and build, that's how I would, because you got it going. 40 years, you've been working on your own. You get business by referrals. It's a foundation. It's not how you build a business bigger, but you've got everything. You get referrals. You have a horrible website. I'm just kidding. No, you have things that don't, you have referrals. Your business is coming in from really, because your foundation and your integrity and your credibility. That's what is bringing you the business. So that's the key, and leveraging that experience and people, get the testimonials and these, that is where you can launch, is with this, and I really would work on every testimony you can grab. get a video if you can. Ever get a video testimony? Take your phone out.
Okay.
Can you just, hey, do you mind if I just record that? Just 2 seconds. And then you record that. Everything like that is your credibility. And then you have the experience back it up. Websites and Facebook and all this stuff is stuff you add that just adds to it. But you have the foundation and the fundamentals all already there. And you got the books. I'm really excited for you. I'm really excited for you. You're close. You got a lot going on. You got a lot on your plate right now. I get that. You have a lot happening. I don't know if we can help you with that. Sounds like I have a little bit of ADHD, probably a lot of ADD actually. And that's something you have to, I don't know how one masters that. I'd like to learn how to get focused, but that is a challenge for.
Well, I could help you. I can help you. So I do have a question.
Yeah, please.
It asked, have I ever taken the DISC assessment?
Yeah.
I did, but you know what? It was so general. So I don't know. So maybe I should have said no.
Yeah. Well,
but I don't know. Is that something you guys do?
I've gone through this with so many people, and most people have not done the DISC.
Okay. So let's say, no, I didn't, because it was through the Tony Robbins program, and I went and looked at what they sent me, and it was just general. It didn't give me a chart. It didn't say I was strong in this area or not.
Well, with your background, you would go deeper in these things anyway. With your training, you would think it's too light and fluffy. But there is a version of this that is, I'm sure there's a DISC version like for dummies, and you just do it fast, and you come back with this, I'm a D and an I. But I don't really know why DISC was not put in, why DISC was used versus the other type of. There's a lot of assessments on the market. Why DISC was there? Maybe it's something that Paul or Janet used, but there is a deeper version of DISC. There's one that's much more involved, and I've looked at that. You have to pay for it, and it's like I did to be honest, I did the DISC because I'm in this program. I need to know what DISC is, and that's why I went through it for myself to make sure people came back to me. And I would say 20% of the people even bring it up, they just skip it because they haven't done it. So don't worry if you don't want to use it or put it there. It's not an important point.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I think we're going to wrap up now. I really thank you for jumping on so fast for me. It's good for me from the weekend. I help people out, get people rolling. I'm really excited for you. Make sure you are on the call. If you can make on the one on the 12th, September 6th.
I marked it off already.
Yeah. Well, log in and go look for yourself so you see it, right? Because the login information's there, the Zoom details and stuff. Okay.
Yep.
What am I doing? I am now want to make sure I pronounce your name properly. Say it for me again.
And you did.
I did.
It's Elke. Elke.
Elke. Perfect. I did because you made it nice and phonetic. Thank you, Elke.
I know.
Perfect.
I do that on purpose because it's like a disease. People change it. And it's like, no, it's not that.
Well, Elke, thank you. Thank you for
clarifying thank that. You very much,
welcome.
Robert.
Welcome. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll be in touch soon.
Okay, what is the next being in touch? Is that
12th of September?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, fine.
I was gonna say I'm gonna say to you, I was gonna send you the recording, but I think what's happened is I think this is back to back. So I have to see if I can edit it. So I think I have a double recording.
Right. It says an hour and 58 minutes.
It's almost 2 hours. So, and I was looking at that and you said recording's on. I was like, normally my system doesn't start to record automatically. And I didn't quite catch the time. I said, it's turned on automatically this time. So I will, if you'd like the recording, I will.
Yeah, I think it'd be good.
Yeah, I'll get you. Okay, let's do that. And I'll get you like there's a mind map. There's an overview and keynotes that should come from it. Okay. So I'll find a way to make this work. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Thank you. You do the same. Do the same.
I will.
Okay. Bye-bye now. Thank you.